Somewhere in your house tonight, there is a room that decides how the worst night of your life ends. Most people have never once looked at it that way. Picture it. 2 in the morning. A sound downstairs that isn't the house settling. Not the furnace, not the ice maker. Footsteps. You're upstairs. Your phone is charging in the kitchen. The bedroom door is a hollow slab you could put your fist through, and the little button in the middle of the knob is the only lock on it. You have about 90 seconds. And what you do with them was decided months ago, on a Saturday, by a man with a screwdriver. Security companies sell purpose-built safe rooms, reinforced walls, steel door, its own phone line. They are real and they work, and professionally installed they run from a few $1,000s into the tens of thousands. You don't need one. Almost nobody does. Today I'll give you 20 tricks that turn a room you already own into a room that holds. Number 12 is a phone that can't make a single call. Number 15 is in your pocket right now. And number 20 is free. It's the one that decides whether the other 19 ever matter. Before we touch a screw, understand what a safe room is actually for, because most people have it backwards. A safe room is not a fort. You are not going to win a fight in there, and you are not meant to. It does exactly one thing. It turns a break-in into a waiting problem. Every second that door holds is a second police are getting closer, and a second the man outside spends deciding your house isn't worth it. That's the whole job. Time. Which means there are 2 enemies here, and only one of them is the intruder. The first is the clock. Do you know your police department's average response time? Almost nobody does. Call the non-emergency line tomorrow and ask. That number is how long your door has to hold, and everything else is built around it. The second enemy is the one that actually kills people who barricade badly. Fire. A room you can't get out of isn't a safe room. It's a trap with a good lock. Hold on to that, because it decides half of what comes next. All right, let's build it. Tricks 1 through 4. Choosing the room. 1. Pick an interior room. No exterior door. No shared wall with the garage. 2. Prefer one with running water and a toilet. A bathroom off the bedroom is close to ideal, and it solves a long wait. 3. It needs a real window, or a second way out. Never make a windowless closet your only plan. 4. Walk the route from every bed in the house. If someone can't reach it in 15 seconds in the dark, it's the wrong room. That's the easy part, and it costs nothing. Now the part everyone skips. Tricks 5 through 10. The door. Here's the thing nobody tells you. When a door gets kicked, the door almost never breaks. The frame does. The bolt tears through a ½ inch of soft pine, held by 2 3/4-inch screws. That's the entire fight. 5. Replace the hollow interior door with a solid core one. Around $100 at any home center, and it changes the sound of everything. 6. Install a door frame reinforcement kit, a long steel plate that spreads the force down the jamb instead of into one spot. Roughly $20 to $40. This is the single highest value thing on this list. 7. Swap the short screws in the strike plate for 3-inch screws that reach the stud behind the frame. A box of them is a few dollars. Go look at your own door tonight. Pull one screw out and measure it. Almost every house in America ships with the short ones, and almost nobody ever changes them. 8. Do the same on the hinges. 2 3-inch screws per hinge, because a frame that holds on the lock side and folds on the hinge side hasn't held at all. 9. Add a real deadbolt and make it thumb turn on the inside. Never a version that needs a key from within. In a fire, that key is the thing they don't find. 10. Add a portable door brace under the knob, or a simple floor jammer. $20, no installation, and it works against exactly the attack that beats a lock. 6 changes, under $200, most of it in one afternoon. And a door that used to fail in one kick now needs a lot of noise and a lot of time. Tricks 11 through 15. What lives in the room? 11. A headlamp with fresh batteries. Permanently in the nightstand. Assume the power is off. Assume your hands are busy. 12. Here's the phone I promised you. Take your old cell phone, keep it charged in that room, and leave it there. In the United States, a phone with no active service can still dial 911 as long as it has a charge and can reach a tower. It's a free backup for the night you leave your real phone downstairs. 13. A day of your medications, a bottle of water, and a pair of shoes. Broken glass is the injury nobody plans for. 14. A small fire extinguisher and an escape ladder if that room is upstairs. Remember enemy number 2. 15. Your car keys. Press the panic button on the fob, and the vehicle in your driveway becomes an outdoor siren, blaring at your neighbors, for free, without you saying a word. None of that requires permission, a contractor, or a subscription. Tricks 16 through 20, the 90 seconds. 16. Lock the door first, then call, not the other way around. 17. Give the dispatcher your address before anything else. Calls get dropped. The address is the one thing that has to survive. 18. Then say the word barricaded. Name the room, and say how many people are with you and what you're wearing. Officers arriving in the dark need to know instantly who belongs there. 19. Keep an air horn in the room. A burglary depends on quiet. The moment a house starts screaming, every calculation the man downstairs made about your street stops working, and air horns carry through walls in a way a voice never will. And 20. The free one. Practice it. Once. Pick a word, say it out loud, and have everyone in the house walk to that room and lock the door. 2 minutes on a Sunday. That drill is the difference between a plan and a story you told yourself. So, here's the whole thing, and you can build it this month. The right room, chosen on purpose. A solid door, a reinforced jamb, long screws, a thumb-turn deadbolt, a door brace. A light, an old phone, meds, water, shoes, an extinguisher, a ladder, your keys, lock, call, address, barricaded, air horn, and 1 2-minute rehearsal. Call it $400 if you buy everything new. Call it $100 if you're careful. A $20,000 panic room buys you a steel door. Everything on this list buys you the same thing that door buys: minutes. And minutes are the only currency that matters between the moment you hear the sound and the moment the headlights hit your window. And if you want to know what makes a burglar look at a house and simply keep walking, that video's on screen now.